Hello guys, it is me. So we are going to make my favorite movies video. And it's going to spawn all the way from 1940 all the way to 2025. So let's get started. So the first one, it is Pinocchio, the original 1940 version. And it's a 2017 DVD release. And the next one, Bambi. And it's also a 2017 DVD release. Alright, next up, Lady and the Tramp. And this one's a 2022 DVD release. Alright, and 101 Dalmatians, the original 1961 version. And this is a 2019 DVD release. So, next up we got is our first 70s movie for this video. It is Jaws, directed by the great Steven Spielberg. And I also have the Blu-ray of it as well. Alright, so we got 3 films from 1977, now coming up next. First up is Star Wars, the complete saga. It includes The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And it's a THX certified Blu-ray. I don't have the DVDs of Star Wars, only the Blu-rays I have of Star Wars, which is the #1. This was the top grossing movie of 1977. And next up, this is the second grossing film of that year. It is Smokey and the Bandit, starring the late Burt Reynolds as Bo Bandit Darville. It also stars Sally Field and Jackie Gleason. And here is the DVD as well of Smokey and the Bandit. Alright, here's our last film of 1977. It is The Rescuers, starring Bob Newhart and Eva Gabor. This also includes its 1990 sequel, The Rescuers Down Under, that also stars George C. Scott, Tristan Rogers, and John Candy. And this is also a 2022 release, just like Lady and the Tramp. This is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies now. And here is Jaws 2 from 1978. And I do have the 3-movie collection of Jaws as well on the Blu-ray disc. And next up, this is like one of my all-time favorite 1970s movies. It is The Deer Hunter, starring Robert De Niro, Meryl Streep, and Christopher Walken. And this is a long movie. This is 3 hours and 4 minutes. And here's the DVD of it as well. Okay, this is the last of the 70s movies, and this is actually one of my top favorite movies of the 1970s. It is Alien. And this is THX certified as well, just like Star Wars. And then here's the Blu-ray with all 6 films. Not all 6, there's actually 7 because of Alien Romulus. So here's Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant. The first 4, called the Alien Legacy, star Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley. I gotta push that in. That's all the 70s movies, and now we go to the 80s. This is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, The Shining, starring Jack Nicholson and the late Shelley Duvall. Here's Johnny. And here we got Indiana Jones, starring Harrison Ford as the title character, Indiana Jones. And this is THX certified because THX was founded by George Lucas. I gotta push that. It's hard to push that in. So we got 3 films from 1983. So here's Jaws 3. Here we got Terms of Endearment, starring Deborah Winger, Shirley MacLaine, and Jack Nicholson. This also stars Danny DeVito and John Lithgow. And, hey, you want to play rough? Say hello, my real friend. Here we got Scarface, starring Al Pacino as Tony Montana. So here's the DVD, and then here's the Blu-ray of it as well, of Scarface. Okay, next up we got Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. I do have the Blu-ray of the entire trilogy. Okay, now we go to 1986. Here we got Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise. And this also stars Val Kilmer. Yeah, this includes both Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. And then here's another 1986 film, one of the best films of 1986. It is Aliens. This one is also THX certified, and it's directed by James Cameron, who directed Avatar and Titanic. All right, now we go to another deadly creature, which is Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is my all-time favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And then here is the 3-movie collection steelbook, which includes the first Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the second one with Danny Glover, and the third one with Lawrence Fishburne. Okay, now we have our last Jaws movie, Jaws the Revenge. This is also from 1987, the same year as Predator. All right, now we go to 1988. We're almost done with the 80s. Here we got Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis as John McClane. And it's THX certified as well. I wish the Predator movies were THX certified. That would be cool. And here we got the first Die Hard sequel, Die Hard 2 Die Harder from 1990. So we got another sequel that came out in 1990. It is Predator 2 with Danny Glover. And here's a Presumed Innocent, starring Harrison Ford. All right, and then these are the last ones of 1990. It is Goodfellas, starring Robert De Niro, the late Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci. So this Blu-ray is actually an anniversary edition. I think this came out during the 25th anniversary in 2015. Let me put this in. Here's the Blu-ray the DVD of it as well. I love Goodfellas. All right, we got another Martin Scorsese. Right here is Cape Fear. This also stars Robert De Niro. That's yours enough. And then here's the DVD of Cape Fear, but the DVD is THX certified. You see that? THX Optimizer. That's just the regular THX Broadway. And then we go to Alien 3. Another THX certified DVD. Even though these ain't the last ones yet in this video. So, gotta push that back in. And then 1993 is the Jurassic Park trilogy, which includes Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. So the first two are directed by the great Steven Spielberg. I say the great because he's like one of the best directors. And the third one is directed by Joe Johnston. And then here is the Blu-ray of Jurassic Park. All right, and then we go to 1994. Why, hello. My name is Forrest Gump. Yep, this is Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump himself, which also stars Robin Wright and Sally Field and Mykelti Williamson. All right, now we go to 1995. So there's three favorites of 1995. So first one is Casino, another Martin Scorsese film with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, but this one stars Sharon Stone as well. And then here's the DVD of Casino. And then we got two more 1995 titles to show. I think this is the best one of 1995 besides Casino is Heat, starring Al Pacino, also Robert De Niro, and also the late Val Kilmer. Oh yeah, this also stars Mykelti Williamson and Tom Sizemore. Yeah, Mykelti Williamson, who played Bubba on Forrest Gump, and then Tom Sizemore from Saving Private Ryan. Right. All right, and then our last film of 1995, Die Hard with a Vengeance. This is the last Die Hard movie that's THX certified. This also stars Samuel L. Jackson, which is actually one of the best Die Hard movies in the entire series, in my opinion. So right here, 1996, it is Mission Impossible, starring Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt. So this includes the first six. I don't have the seventh and eighth one on any physical media, but here's the Blu-ray of the first six. But I did see the eighth Mission Impossible, but not the seventh. And then 1997, it is Titanic, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. And this is THX certified as well. And another THX certified, this is the last Alien movie to be THX certified. It is Alien Resurrection, which also stars Winona Ryder. All right. And then The Lost World. We start Jurassic Park, The Lost World. And then we got our last 90s movie and the last 20th century movies. So here's The Matrix, the 4-film Deja Vu collection. It includes all 4 films. The Matrix Reloaded, The Matrix Revolutions, and The Matrix Resurrections. And then here's the DVD of The Matrix. That includes the DVD has all 4 of the movies as well. Okay, now we start with the 21st century. Now we start with 2000. There's our 2 titles from 2000. This is the best movie of 2000, and it's a THX certified DVD as well. Big Mama's House, starring Martin Lawrence as Malcolm Turner. And then another film from 2000, Tigerland, starring Colin Farrell. Yep, and there is Tigerland. And now, The Fast and the Furious, which is the best movie of that year. It stars Vin Diesel, the late Paul Walker, Michelle Rodriguez, and Jordana Brewster. This is a steelbook of the first Fast and Furious movie. All right. And then Jurassic Park 3, which is the last Jurassic Park movie to be released until Jurassic World came out in 2015. And then Training Day, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. This is one of the best Denzel Washington movies of all time. Yep, and then here's the DVD of Training Day as well. All right, I'm going to push that back in. Now we're going to get these 2. So here's another Paul Walker movie from 2001. It is Joyride. And then our last 2001 movie, Black Knight, another Martin Lawrence movie, So Black Knight and Big Mama's House are my two favorite Martin Lawrence movies. Okay, now we start with 2002. So, we got 8 Mile, starring my favorite rapper, Eminem. And then here's the DVD of 8 Mile as well. And now we start with the Bourne Complete Collection, but here's the Bourne Complete Collection. Includes all 5 films: The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, The Bourne Ultimatum, The Bourne Legacy, and Jason Bourne. And then I have the DVD right here of the first Jason Bourne movie, which is The Bourne Identity, starring Matt Damon as Jason Bourne himself. And then K-19 The Widowmaker, starring Harrison Ford and Liam Neeson. Okay, this is our last 2002 film. It is We Were Soldiers, starring Mel Gibson and directed by Randall Wallace. Okay, so that's all the 2002. We got 2003. Let me move this for a second. Alright, so here is Too Fast, Too Furious from 2003. So this is the first Fast and Furious sequel. Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious doesn't have Vin Diesel in it. It doesn't have Vin. Alright, here's the next title. Phone Booth, starring Colin Farrell as Stu Shepard. Okay, now we go to 2004. So now 2004. It is Alien vs. Predator, which is one of the best movies of 2004. And then we got the Bourne Supremacy, so this is the first Bourne sequel. Here we got I, Robot, starring Will Smith. And then Man on Fire, starring Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. And then, these are our last 2004 film, is The Aviator, directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Leonardo DiCaprio as Howard Hughes. And then here's the DVD of The Aviator as well. Now we start with 2005. So Munich. This is directed by the great Steven Spielberg. And this is one of Steven Spielberg's best movies of the 2000s. And here's the DVD as well of Munich. Okay, and this is our last 2005 movie, so there's just only 2 titles from 2005. It is Four Brothers, starring Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese Gibson. Okay, now we start with 2006. So 2006 is Tokyo Drift. Even though this comes with the 3rd and 4th movie, but I put, because, you know, Tokyo Drift is from 2006. Alright, and then we got a childhood favorite of mine. This is one of my favorite movies from my childhood. It is Curious George, starring Will Ferrell and Drew Barrymore. This also stars Eugene Levy and David Cross and Dick Van Dyke. It's amazing he's going to make it to 100 years old. And then, here's one of the best movies of 2006, along with Tokyo Drift. It is The Departed, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, and Mark Wahlberg. This is the best Jack Nicholson movie. More than The Shining. And then here's the DVD as well as The Departed. And then we have a 2006 sequel. This is Big Mama's House. This is the sequel to the 2000 movie. Only the first Big Mama's House was THX certified. Alright, and then we go to our last 2006 movie. It is Notes on a Scandal, starring Dame Judi Dench and Cate Blanchett. This is the best Judi Dench movie. All right, now we start with 2007. We got The Bourne Ultimatum. All right. And then, this is one of the best movies of 2007. This is Alien vs. Predator Requiem. So we got the Live Free or Die Hard. And then our last 2007 film is Transformers. This includes the first 5 Transformers movies. So it has Transformers, it has Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, and The Last Knight. Okay, now we go to 2008. This is the only one from 2008. It is Taken, starring Liam Neeson as Brian Mills. Yep, 2008. That's the only favorite from 2008. And then here is the third Predator movie called Predators from 2010, starring Lawrence Fishburne and Danny Trejo. It doesn't say Danny Trejo's name on the back here. That's... Alright, and then another favorite from 2010, Unstoppable, starring Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. This is the second favorite Denzel Washington movie, besides Training Day. Training Day and Unstoppable are my 2 favorite Denzel Washington movies. And then 2012, 2011. I forgot 2011 is Fast 5. This is actually the first Fast and Furious that stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. And then we go with The Bourne Legacy. This one just has Jeremy Renner. Alright, and then we go to Taken 2, which is the first Taken sequel. And then we go to 2013. It is Broken City, starring Mark Wahlberg and Russell Crowe. And this is one of the best movies of 2013. It is Fast and Furious 6. This is a steelbook of the Fast and Furious 6, which I have the first and the 6th movies that are steelbooks. And then this is the last Die Hard movie in the series. It is A Good Day to Die Hard. Okay, and this is the only favorite from 2014. It is Behind Enemy Lines, SEAL Team 8, starring the late Tom Sizemore. This is my favorite Tom Sizemore movie. And then 2015, this is Furious 7, which is actually Paul Walker's last movie, because he sadly died in 2013 in a car crash. And then Jurassic World Trilogy, which includes Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion. And then here's the Blu-ray of Jurassic World. And then Straight Outta Compton, starring Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ren, and DJ Yella. One of 2015's best films, besides Furious 7. And then here is the DVD of Straight Outta Compton. Okay, we only have 3 more 2015 titles left. And here is the last film in the trilogy. It is Taken. Or Taken 3. Alright, and here's second to last one. It is The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. Alright, and the last 2015 film, The Intern, starring Robert De Niro and Annie Hathaway. And it's directed by Nancy Meyers. Also produced by Nancy Meyers as well. And then here is the last film in the Jason Bourne series. It is Jason Bourne from 2016. Okay, that's the only 2016 favorite. And then we go with 2017, Alien Covenant, which Ridley Scott directed this one. Because Ridley Scott actually directed the first one. And he didn't direct the other ones until he did Alien Covenant. And then, The Fate of the Furious. And now we go to 2018. So here is The Predator from 2018. That's a really good one. I almost forgot I skipped Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, starring Chris Pratt. Okay, and this is the last one from 2018, Bumblebee. This stars John Cena from 2018. Okay, and now this is our last one for the 2010s. It is Hobbs and Shaw, starring Jason Statham and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yep, so that is the last one for the 2010s. Then we go to 2020s. So this is from 2021, F9 The Fast Saga. Alright, and then this is Jurassic World Dominion from 2022. 2023, so Fast 10. There's only 2 of them in this video that are from 2023. Transformers Rise of the Beasts, so that's also from 2023 besides Fast 10. Fast 10 is the best movie of that year. And then we start with 2024, Alien Romulus. This is produced by Ridley Scott, who directed the previous Alien and the first one. And then here is the Blu-ray of Alien Romulus as well. And then our last title from 2025, this year, it is Jurassic World Rebirth, starring Scarlett Johansson. And then here is the DVD of this one too. So thank you for watching this favorite movie video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in another video.